mercy, no, no, I'm not the man that I used to be. Because of your grace and your mercy, everybody said again, I said I'm not the man that I used to be. No, no, because of your grace and mercy, no, 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 I'm not the man that I used to be. Because of your grace and your mercy, yo, yo, I'm not the man, no. Because of your grace, yes, yes, yes. Say, I'm not the man that I used to be. Because of your grace and mercy, yeah, yeah.
Shalom Israel, this is Judaiah. I've been deviating from the norm a little bit from the instructional videos I usually do because I like to motivate too. I've been meaning to do motivational videos, but I felt like the Most High wouldn't let me do them because educating Israel is the #1 goal. And I can't motivate you in ignorance. I have to teach you first and motivate you later. But I felt like I've taught on many things, and I feel in my spirit the final okay to go ahead and do a couple of videos focused on motivation. And so far I've gotten a pretty good response from you all. So I know you like the instructional videos, but every now and then I may insert a motivational one, and I pray you're just as open to receiving those as well. So by the title, you know this video is about character. But the first thing I want you to understand is that every single season in your life is ordained. Every challenge, every conflict, every argument or altercation with someone, it's not just by chance. It's not the devil attacking you because the Most High is allowing it to happen. It's there for a reason. There's some lessons in it, some wisdom in it you must gain, some people in it that you must meet. It may feel like you're in a limbo situation and nothing is going the way you want it to go right now, but it's absolutely vital that you grow here, right where you are. There's no wasted motion with the Most High, no wasted seasons. This is your season of preparation. Those challenges and conflicts that arise, these are really opportunities the Most High creates to place a mirror in front of you, to show you yourself. How do you deal with people who've gossiped about you, who've lied to you, who've lied on you, or have hurt you? How do you deal with strangers who come to you? Do you brush them off? Do you help them? Do you prejudge them? How do you love? Unconditionally or with ulterior motives? When you look at people, do you see the potential they have to do great things, or can you only see the mistakes they made in the past? Are you able to see the good in someone whom you deemed as bad? Can you still see the best in them? All of this is a part of your character makeup. Do you have compassion on others? Or if it's not your situation, you don't care. Your character is always being tested, little do we know. And the Most High is trying to process us in every season, the good seasons and the bad ones. They are all ordained and purposefully placed by the Most High to build our character. I've learned in my walk that these tests He puts you through have nothing to do with anyone else and everything to do with you. You can't control the atmosphere around you, but you can control how you respond to it, how you react to it. And it's your reaction to situations that can completely change the atmosphere, changes the world around you, the people around you, when you respond a certain way. And you may feel like you're constantly fighting or that the world is against you, nothing can go right. But the Most High is building your character and using others around you to do it. Your integrity is being molded and shaped. The most important thing you will ever do in your life is inhale the lessons. Take it in. Even if it offends you, even if it breaks your pride, tears apart everything you've been, your personality, take it in. Whatever that lesson may be. Don't let your pride get in the way of you receiving the lesson of the season you're in. This is what this video is about. Your acceptance of the lesson set before you, or your rejection of the lesson set before you, determines the rest of your life. When the Most High is putting you through a test, receive the lesson He's trying to teach you, because that is the only way He will progress you to the next season of your life. He's the one closing the doors to one season and opening the doors to the next. It's Him. It's not you. It's not your money, your college degrees, your connections. If you've surrendered your life to the Most High, and if you're listening to this video, 9 chances out of 10 you have, He is in total control of your life because you've allowed Him to be. He has the reins. Now He's processing you to be a true ambassador, but He has to filter out the mess in you in order to use you. He can't use you if you're not fit. He has to build your character. But He loves us enough to process us, to lead us in the right direction, to teach us so that we will continue to grow as His people. But it's up to us to pay attention because the lessons are everywhere, and they all have a purpose. They're ordained to shape us. You can have all the businesses and money in the bank. If you're not getting what He's trying to show you, if you fail to accept what He's trying to teach you, your progression in life will come to a standstill. You will not graduate to the next level. This video is not about success. It's about character. How the Most High tests our character. Because if your life is in His hands, remember, it's no longer about you and all your great achievements. It's about His ability to use you for His will. Can He use you? Are you usable? Or are you rotten, too self-absorbed to be used by Him? Some of you are out there teaching, but your heart is not pure. I've spoken on you before, and you may have gotten offended, but I'm addressing you again because you may know a lot, but you have no audience because you stab everybody who comes to hear you, full of anger. Here's a lesson I want you to get. The Most High can speak truth to you, but that truth is meant for those He sends to you. And if you cannot properly transmit that truth to them, what good are you to the kingdom? If He can get a message to you, but He can't get it through you, you are of no good use to Him. He can bless you, but if He can't bless others through you, He can't use you. And because the kingdom is not all about you, but those you've been chosen to lead, those you were sent for, you're only as good as your ability to be used. I hope that makes sense because it's very important. You may think you're immaculate, but you're only as good as your ability to be used. It all boils down to your character. So some of you think that because you're older, you're automatically wiser. Not necessarily so. Many older people out there keep bumping their heads on the same brick wall. 20 plus years have gone by, 50 years, same wall. Stubborn, set in your ways, and you wonder why nothing seems to get better in your life. And it's no one else's fault but your own. The setback you're experiencing in your life is not about your boss, your friends, people hating on you. It's solely between you and the Most High. He put a mirror up in front of you a long time ago, but you chose not to look into it. He's trying to show you what's out of order, what's not in line with Him, what keeps you from growing, what's keeping you separated from Him. You're stuck in limbo because you've made a conscious choice not to change. You're set in your ways, but your ways won't get you to the next level. Some of you think that because you got yourself a little promotion, you're earning more money now, living in a bigger house, driving a newer car, you think that you've progressed into a new season. But this may be your rude awakening. It's just a new test in that same old season. You may have a new house and a new car, but you still respond with that same nasty attitude. You're still full of hate and resentment, still unforgiving, still full of jealousy and envy, competing with people who actually have your back. It's the same old you with new stuff. But that mirror is still in front of you. In this spiritual state where your own character hinders your growth, there is not one blessing you will be able to keep. Know this, Blessings may come, but every blessing you receive will slip through your fingers. Look at it this way. If every season is ordained for growth, and you've been stuck in a season for the past 10 years of your life because you refuse to change and you refuse to grow, you're maxed out on blessings. You don't have the capacity to hold any more where you're at mentally and spiritually. Some of you have prayed for new jobs, got the job, then lost it. But it was a blessing from the Most High, right? So why did you lose it? Some of you have been praying for a husband. You finally get one, and you lose him. When you receive a blessing and lose a blessing all in the same season because of your own faulty actions, here's the lesson the Most High is trying to teach you. You must stop asking Him for blessings you are not prepared to keep. We've been taught to pray for everything under the sun and then have faith and wait on it to manifest. But are we prepared to keep them when we get them? There is not a door the Most High can't open. The question is, are you prepared to walk through it? The lesson is this. Instead of simply asking Him for blessings, ask Him to prepare you for those blessings. Let there be seasons of preparation so you don't lose what He gives you, so you can keep what He's ordained for you to receive. Ladies, stop praying for a husband. He knows the desires of your heart already, and He's not incapable of giving you a good man. The question is always, are you ready? Earlier, I said it's not about your capabilities or your skill set. It's about your character. Women, it's not about your body parts, your weaves, or your high heels. That will not be the determining factor of whether or not you can get a good man, the right one. Your character, your integrity defines you, not how fast you can spin around a stripper pole and how much cleavage you show. Are you ready to be what a husband needs? Are you ready to sustain a marriage, a family, children who depend on you for every waking thing? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to build up your husband? Same to you men out there. Are you ready to build up your wife, the true queen? Are you ready to minister to her? Because marriage is not sex. Marriage is ministry. It's a service you give to one another that goes so far beyond the physical. Sex only goes so far. When your character reveals itself, is it pure and mature enough to sustain a marriage? Look in the mirror. What do you see? And be honest with yourself, because that's the only way to pass the test, is to look into that mirror ordained to correct you and make you better. If you look into who you are as a person and you still find anger, competitiveness, dishonesty, and selfishness and unforgiveness, these are all qualities that kill a union. No marriage can stand with these qualities. Be honest with yourself if you're ready for a new season in your life. You have to be honest with yourself about who you are and then be willing to change it. Don't ask the Most High for a husband you're not ready to keep. And men, don't ask the Most High for a wife you're not ready to uplift if you're not ready. Allow the Most High to take you through this season of learning and growing to get you ready for what it is you want out of life. So when you get it, you don't lose it. People go through marriage after marriage after marriage and still think something was wrong with their ex. At some point, you have to admit the common denominator was you. Your character was rotten and you were not ready. And if you say, no, they were the rotten ones, I say to you, there's something within you that's attracting rotten people. Look in the mirror. Negativity attracts negativity. This may be a hard pill to swallow, but these are my own hard-earned lessons I'm sharing with you. I don't teach anything I haven't already been through. I experienced a couple of abusive relationships, and playing the victim only goes so far. I had to look into that mirror too, talking from experience. The next season of your life is full of blessings the Most High has in store for you, but you won't allow Him to process you to that place, to mold you into His likeness. You'd rather be right, full of pride. You'd rather hold on to negative energy. That stuff nestles in your heart and festers, eats away at your hopes, your dreams, even your self-esteem. It disconnects you from the people who care for you. It puts a wall up when you carry hate or jealousy or even pride. it burns bridges. And you're wondering why people who you started off with have progressed beyond you, and you can't seem to get a step ahead. You keep stumbling, trying new things and still stumbling. It's not what you do, it's who you are. Get that, because that's the true test. The test is not about your capabilities, your skill set. At the end of the day, you're only as great as your character. You're only as great as your character. Remember that. In all your efforts to get ahead, manipulative tactics, dishonesty, backstabbing, gossiping, and you still haven't made it to the level you desire to be at. Great you may be in your own mind, but if your character is rotten to the core, you're rotten. You're great and rotten to the core. Remember, a leader is only a leader if he has people to follow. What defines a leader is the fact that he or she has followers. How great are you really when you've stabbed everyone you know to get ahead, lied on everybody you know whom you feel threatened by, cheated your way to what you thought was the top, disrespected people, talked down to people or bad about people to make yourself look good? These are all horrible qualities people gladly sustain to get ahead. But you need to reconsider your definition of getting ahead, because hurting others so you can take 2 steps forward is really taking 4 steps back. Every person you wrong, I guarantee, is someone you will one day need. You're burning your bridges, cutting your connections, and one day you may just find yourself surrounded by a bunch of hateful people, just like yourself, and no one who genuinely cares for you, because negativity attracts negativity. And if that is the energy you choose to carry, that will be the energy you'll attract until you change. What kind of light can you be to others holding on to negativity? You must let it go for the Most High to process you and truly graduate you to your next level. You don't just want money. You want lasting relationships. You want companionship, true love. You want to be a good mother, a good father. Life is not all about money. It's about your character. Get this lesson today. You thought it was a college degree or a promotion holding you back. You're wrong. The Most High is your promoter. Your character is holding you back. When you pass the test He's put before you, He will promote you, and there won't be a thing your haters can do to stop it. People have asked me if we should remain connected to those who are not fully in the truth. My answer is yes, and this is why. We're still on the subject of character here. How can you influence someone you're not connected with? How can the Most High use you if you're not willing to be connected? Your audience is everybody. The truth is for everybody, whether Israelite or not. Everyone needs to hear it. So He can get knowledge and wisdom to you, but He can't get it through you because you refuse to be connected to those who need it. You should stay connected, but most importantly, make certain your character is right. As a Christian, I knew some Christians who would walk around talking about how holy and righteous they were, but they were the most arrogant people. Wouldn't give you the shirt off of their back, but quick to tell you how blessed they are. Rotten to the core. As a Christian, I was arrogant. Arrogant and ignorant is a bad combination, but we all come from somewhere. I played the disconnected role as a Christian. I was taught, what does light have to do with dark? So anyone who believed differently than me, I didn't deal with them. But define dark. Is dark evil, or is it just ignorance? We should want to be connected with those who don't know, so we can teach them. But as a Christian, I was disconnected. It's a very lonely place, and it's not worth it. But most importantly, it's ineffective. You cannot influence people you refuse to be connected with. It can't happen. And deciding to remain disconnected to people is a question of your character. The Most High put a mirror in front of my face that was very hard to look into. For years, I acted like that mirror wasn't there, and my character was great, and my personality was flawless, but it wasn't great. It wasn't flawless. It was off-putting, and it wasn't a true reflection of the woman I was in my heart. but it was disconnecting me, ruining relationships with good people. And that flaw, it didn't have to be there. It didn't have to be a part of who I was. If only I had allowed the Most High to process me. But my pride, it wouldn't let him. But when I finally decided to look into that mirror with tears in my eyes, my life has never been the same. Everything I was believing him for came into my life that year. That same year it came, after I was willing to listen to the Most High about my own character and do what he had instructed me to do to change it. And I did exactly what he told me to do, and immediately the season of my life changed. I remember the night I looked into the mirror and the promises I made to the Most High to change who I was. The very next day, I received a phone call that changed the course of the rest of my life. No lie. No lie. I've been there. I'm speaking to you from a place I have been. I'm speaking to you from experience. Your progression in life is not contingent upon your degrees, your money, your possessions, but your character. Allow the Most High to change your character. It will determine how long this season of your life will last. It's all up to you. Look into the mirror the Most High has placed before you and check your character. We all have to do this. I had to do it. Welcome to adulthood, womanhood, manhood, parenthood. We all must check ourselves to make certain we're giving to others what we would like given to us. Showing the same respect to others we expect to receive. The mirror is a blessing. Chastisement of the Most High, welcome it when he seeks to change you, mold you. That means he hasn't given up on you. He still has a plan for you to use you. He sees something in you worth saving. He values you, knows you can do better, and he has much in store for you. But you can't receive it without allowing him to position you to receive it. Whether it be a new job, a husband or a wife, a higher level of knowledge and wisdom and respect among men, whatever it is you're expecting to receive in life, know that it is your character that is the determining factor of whether or not you'll receive it. Every decision you make today determines your tomorrow. How you treat people, how you talk to people or about people. You write your destiny. That fallacy that the Most High is going to take you to a higher place and do this for you and do that for you, he will only do what you're worthy of him doing. He can't take a mess and make it great. You have to let him remove the mess first. He can't take a hateful heart and bless it with companionship. He has to take the hate out of it first. He can't use an angry leader. He has to remold you without the anger. So when he speaks to you, you actually can hear him with your heart. You have to allow him to position you, or else whatever it is you're expecting to receive from him, you never will. And that's my message for you today. Why is this my message today? Because your life is not only about you. I see things ahead. There are people around you who need you. They need you to help them to live, to do better, to be better. They need you to teach them. There are children growing up in this world, maybe even your own children, generations after you, who need you to grow up so they can take their place and stand tall in life. They need you to graduate from being a student to a teacher so you can teach them how to live. That's what this is all about. We don't just live and die in this world. We impact. We influence those around us. We leave legacies, stepping stones for the next generation. This is why I'm holding you accountable today. So pass the test the Most High has designed to mold your character and your integrity so that you can take the lead and lead others with the wisdom he's given you. So I pray this video has spoken to the hearts of you all out there. As always, it's spoken in love. So be blessed. Until next time, this is Judiah.
Said I'm not the man that I used to be because of your grace and your mercy. No, no, I'm not the man that I used to be because of your grace. grace and your mercy. Everybody said again, I said, I'm not the man that I used to be. No, no, because of your grace and mercy. No, 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 no. I'm not the man that I used to be. Because of your grace